What's up, y'all? It's Symphony. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be talking about what I would do if I had to start over at 0 followers again, which sometimes I often do think about. Like, I'll sit back and I'll be like, yo, if I had to do this all over again, this would be a lot. For those of you who do not know, my name is Symphony, but on my social platforms, I go by the Thrift Guru, and we're still working on that. I do want to rebrand eventually, but yeah, here we'll be talking about a lot of advice on social media, how to be a content creator, faith-based, lifestyle-based, anything you could think of. I want to talk about it because I just realized that life is too short to not give y'all all the advice that I'm learning. I'm still learning. So one thing that I really felt led to explain to you all is just how social media works and how to have fun on it again, because I feel like I don't see that anymore. And I remember when I was first starting out, social media was so much fun. Like, when I tell y'all, I didn't care what I posted all the time. And I know with the algorithm changing and all these different platforms coming to be, it's just not the same. But I'm gonna sprinkle a little advice and just give y'all a little bit of my story and what I would do if I had to start all over again. 0 followers, no clout, no nothing. Here we go. The first thing that I would do differently if I had 0 followers is I would just pick a platform that I genuinely like. I think nowadays everyone's just going on every single platform or downloading every app. I wouldn't do that. I would pick an app that you truly like and be consistent on there. So for me, if I had to do things all over again, it would be YouTube. I would consistently just show up on YouTube. I love longer form content. Based off of my personality, I would be able to get more of my thoughts across. Like, I feel like short form content is cool, but based off of how I am, I really like long form content. It's different for every person, honestly. So I would just go to a certain creator and I would just say, which platform do you like the most? Like, I have homies who love Snapchat and they're famous on Snapchat and that's just their app. They don't do TikTok, they don't do Instagram, they don't even do YouTube. So I think that is a really big key on my #1 list of what I would do differently. I would just pick a platform that I genuinely like and show up on there consistently instead of trying to show up on every single platform consistently, because burnout is a thing and it's just not fun. So that would be my #1. So #2, I would choose 2 to 3 pillars that I could talk about in my sleep. So this isn't technically like called niching. We use the word pillars a lot at my job, but pillars are just core things that make you you. So I kind of already did that when I first started out my content. I talked a lot about thrifting, upcycling, and sustainability. So basically the goal is to build your brand around your life already. I think a lot of times people are just up in creating their own persona. Like, some people want to be like a luxury lifestyle creator, so they just put on that persona and say, hey, I'm going to just reach out to facial places or facial spas and see if they can give me a free facial. I'm gonna go to the Louis store, I'm gonna go to the Gucci store, I'm gonna go to all these designer luxurious things, but that's not really their personality or their life. In my opinion, I feel like the Luxe girls, like, that content is the best from the people who actually live that life. Like, they got the money, they got the funds, they were born into it. Like, it just makes more sense than someone who, that's not your life. You don't do that, you know? Like, I think about myself, I'm not like a huge fan of designer or anything. I think I have a couple designer pieces, if that, and they're probably like vintage or secondhand. But like, imagine me out of nowhere just trying to tell y'all about the best designer pickups to get, you know, or where to get the best like lip injections. I don't know. That's not my life. So it's gonna come off very fake and you're gonna get stressed out and you're not gonna even have fun in the process. So #2, what I would do is I would just really try to build my brand and my content around the life that I already live. So back then, like, what, 10, 11 years ago when I started doing content, I was always thrifting. I was always thrifting, shopping, focused on sustainability. When I tell you, I was at the thrift shop every day. Like, you can ask my brother, every single day, Monday through Sunday. I feel like my life has changed a lot now. That's not really my focus. So I think that's why the Thrift Guru, it just doesn't resonate anymore. You know, I'm always gonna be the Thrift Guru. I love that that was what got me my platform, but I've just changed so much. Like, I have a job now. I'm into so many different things, like filling people up, giving advice, as y'all can see. I'm even interested in helping people grow their platform. I've switched so much based off of what I used to be and like what I used to do, that now I want to build my life on this Symphony, which is me talking to y'all, giving y'all advice, and showing y'all the real day-to-day on what I do, like going to work, hanging out with my fam, my friends, stuff like that. So definitely make sure that you're always building your content around who you are in your day-to-day life. So number 3 on things I would do differently if I was starting out at 0 followers. I would definitely just film and make the content. I feel like often we are making a whole bunch of to-do lists, or we're writing out 10,000 things that we want to do or we hope to do, but we don't just go ahead and do it. And that's been like my number 1 concern with my YouTube channel, because now that I know this is a platform that I want to dedicate all of my time to, I feel like I'm still writing down what my content will be or what the video ideas will be, but I'm not actually going through and recording the content. So even me right now recording this, I'm giving myself a pat on the back because it was just so hard to even get to this point. And I think oftentimes we're worried about stuff being perfect. I know you guys hear it about having the best camera quality or the best microphones, you know, and it's just like, just start the content, because people are just looking for you to show up. They're not looking for you to show up perfect. I think we often get that mixed up, and that's where a lot of the issues are coming into play, why there's not enough content creators out right now, because someone out there desperately wants to just hear your voice and hear what you have to say. And they could care less about if it's in 4K. They could care less about if you have the latest technology. They just want to see you. So for all of my peeps out there who are starting at like 100 followers or 0 followers, just push out the content. Don't worry about how many days you have to do it or how often you have to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Number 4, I'd use Chat GPT like it was my bestie, like it's my best friend. I don't even know where to start with this because this is just so important to me. When I tell y'all, Chat GPT, like the way that you talk to it, it could really map out your whole content calendar for the month, 3 months even, but you know, you want to keep it light. So imagine using Chat GPT to not only come up with your content ideas, help you focus on your brand, but then also let you know your captions, you know, how to post, when to post, how to have the most SEO friendly titles on your YouTube channel or on TikTok and Instagram. Like Chat GPT is just so effective and so helpful. I couldn't see myself like not using it, especially with the part of the journey that I'm on now. I need chat and I need AI to just make some of my processes like a little bit easier. If you're really coming up with all these ideas on your own, you're a rock star, because I just need my brain power for so many other things. So, you know, don't let AI and Chat GPT do everything, but definitely let it help you as far as mapping out your content and like just helping you figure out the next steps of content that you want to post. And speaking of Chat GPT and AI, I am also dropping my own services and helping people with their brand, helping content creators, and just even helping businesses show up effectively on all social platforms. So I'm gonna plug myself in right down below. You can book a one-on-one consultation with me. If you're someone who's just like, yo, I want to start content creation, I don't know how to start, or hey, I have a business, but I just don't think it's doing well, I can help you book a one-on-one session. I promise you ain't gonna regret it. The next thing I would do is I would monetize from the get-go. I felt like how I got viral and how I got my platform, it was thrifting, of course. So I think actually I did do this really well, where I gained my following by me selling my thrift clothes. So I was already monetizing stuff. So if you're out there and you're like at 1,000 followers or less, and you're just like, oh, I want to be this big time content creator, I want to get brand deals, I'd also be encouraging you to come up with your own product, whether it's a digital service, whether it's a product itself that you're selling, but definitely have some type of product or have some type of inventory that you can monetize, or some type of skill that you can monetize, because oftentimes we focus so much on like getting all the followers and going viral, and then by the time we get there, we're like, crap, I don't have any money, I'm broke, you know? So I think that happens a lot, because I talk to a lot of content creators, y'all, a lot of content creators who don't have a lot of money, but they have millions of followers, and I don't want that for you. I'd rather you have the money than have the fame and the number. Even as you're building your brand again, start figuring out what you could sell and what you can make money off of as you're growing your brand. All right, so number 6, I'd focus on becoming the person first. I think oftentimes, like, we create content and we just hope one day we'll get to point B, right? We're starting at point A and we're just like, yeah, one day I'll get to point B. But honestly, you have to already imagine you're at point B. Anyone out there watching this, if you don't take anything else away from this video, already create your content as if you're already at 100,000 followers, as if you're already at 1 million subscribers, you know, whatever your platform is. I believe that when you start moving like that and thinking like that, you'll have the effort and motivation behind what you do, because I'm telling you, you'd be surprised how many people say, yeah, when I get to this point, I'll stay motivated, I'll stay encouraged. Like, no, you're not posting consistently now. Like, do you really think that you would do it if you had 100,000 subscribers? Do you think that you would still be consistent, still come up with your own ideas, still engage with your community? So So you have to build good habits now. Like the 3 people who are supporting you and commenting on your stuff, do you DM them? Do you check up on them? Do you say thank you? Like that's something that I'm even trying to work on. I don't respond as fast as I need to on my comments that are left on my YouTube videos, which I'm gonna do better at. But yeah, that stuff's important because you have ride or dies right now who are just wanting to see what you have to say and watch you. So I feel like if you don't do it now, you're not gonna do it later. Please be that person. Be the person that already has 1 million subscribers. Be that person that already has the plaque in their hand, and get the consistency and the good habits down now, because you'll thank me for it later. And my last advice of what I would do if I'm starting over at 0 followers is I would romanticize the whole entire process. I literally would just have fun. I would have fun. I would dress up for every vlog that I do. I would make sure my background looks fire and cool. I think sometimes we just dread the process, but man, like when I go back to like 10, 13 years ago, I think I've been creating content for 13 years now. I remember I just had so much fun taking my tripod everywhere, taking pictures of myself, having my little selfie stick and my little selfie button. And I would just take all this content of myself. And I didn't even care of who liked it. I just remember I liked the way it looked. I loved seeing my Instagram account come together. I love to see everything just come together, you know? And I think even right now, like on YouTube, we're at 18,000 subscribers. So thank y'all so much for that. But I still kind of feels like I'm in the trenches sometimes, because you know, in the YouTube world, I don't know, YouTube might be the hardest thing to grow like followers and subscribers on. So being on this end of like 18,000 subs, which I am super grateful for, it still feels like, man, I have a long ways to go, but I'm enjoying all the process and the steps of it. Even right now, like I said, the fact that I'm even talking to y'all and just having the courage to switch up my content, I'm stoked. Like I know that this is gonna be like such a nice refresh on the channel. I can't wait to share with y'all so much stuff that I've learned about content creation, being an influencer, and even my job of being an influencer relationship marketer. Like I got the tea for y'all. So I think that's something I would do. So I just want to encourage y'all to just romanticize the process, fall in love with the process, because if you don't, I'm telling y'all, you can get paid $10,000, $30,000, and you're not gonna love it because you're not doing what you love. So definitely romanticize every little piece of it. But yes, those are my tips of what I would do if I had to start all over again. Let's pray that I don't get hacked and I never have to do that. But like I said, for all of y'all who just needed a little bit more encouragement, like you guys got this, man. Like just keep going. Don't worry about the numbers. Post, because like I said, there's someone out there who just wants to see what you have to say. They just need to hear your voice. They just need to hear the things that you've been through, because they're probably going through the same thing. And how can they get through it if you're not talking to people? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you click that subscribe button and like it up. And also let me know down below if you guys want to see more content about like influencing, content creation in general, or how to run your business. I'm all down for doing that, because there's going to be a lot of new things on this channel. But let me know down below what you guys want to see more of. Like I said, I have one-on-one consultations that you can book, which will also be in the description box. And of course, I can't leave without telling you all I love you and God loves you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.